Okay, let's give you guys some more practice. So find dy by dx of these two. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, whenever you have something to the power of another thing, think about the natural log. So log equally to both sides. So not natural log of y equals x. Remember, when you log this thing, the x is able to come down. So x natural log x plus 1. And then now differentiate. So when you differentiate this, it would be 1 over y dy by dx equals, well, here you've got to use the product rule, because this thing is a variable and this block is also a variable because it contains the variable. So you've got to use a product rule. So the product rule is differentiate the first, leave the second alone. So when you differentiate the first, it's 1, and then leave the second one alone. That will be x plus 1, and then plus, leave the first alone, differentiate the second. Leave the first alone, differentiate the second. So it would be 1 over x plus 1 times the derivative of the bubble itself, which turns out to be 1. So it's just that. So now now somehow get dy by dx on its own. So so now times, so when you get to this stage here, times both sides by y. So that would be dy by dx equals this whole thing times y. So that would be this thing here, x plus 1 plus x over x plus 1, all times by y. And if you don't want the answer in terms of y, then you can go, if you don't want the answer in terms of y, then go all the way back here and then put this back into the y. So if you want to, the answer could be this, could be natural log of x plus 1 plus x over x plus 1, and then times this thing here. So that would be x plus 1 to the power of x. Okay, so this, well, this is good enough. You can just leave it as this. It's good enough. Okay, so that's your answer. So so the next one. So to differentiate this, again, you've got one thing to the power of another thing. So think about log whenever that happens. So log both sides. So that would be log of y equals. Remember, when you log this side, this thing here is able to come down. So that would be x plus 1 natural log of x. So now differentiate. So when you differentiate this, it would be 1 over y dy by dx equals, this is one block, this is another block. So you've got to use a product rule. So differentiate the first, leave the second alone. So when you differentiate the first, it's just going to be 1. So 1, and then leave the second alone. So that would then be this, plus, and then you leave the first alone and differentiate the second. You leave the first alone and then differentiate the second. That would be 1 over x. So now tidy this up. That would be, well, just need to tidy this up. So this block here gets multiplied to the top. So that would be x plus 1 over x. Hang on. 1 over y dy by dx. So to get dy by dx, you would times both sides by y. So times both sides by y. That will then give you this. So this is our final answer. Again, and if you don't want the answer in terms of y, you can always go back to here. You can always go back to here. Y is this thing here. So you can put this back into here. So if you want to, so the answer could be this, x to the power of x plus 1. There. This is our final answer. Okay.